So if someone is earning £2,000 per month and they're interested in savings or interested in investing their money, what would you advise them, or what should they be looking at to start to make their money work for them?
I think if you want to start investing, you can start investing with £50. You can start investing with £100. The first thing is to find a platform. So an FSCS protected platform. FSCS means that if most platforms here in the UK are FSCS protected up to £85,000, which means if anything were to happen to your money, you get £85,000 back. So that's the first thing. Just look out for a good platform, a platform that doesn't charge, doesn't have commissions, easy, and you can get a lot of asset classes within that platform, and you can invest from as little as, I think the platform I use, I can invest from as little as, I think, £1 actually. So that's something you should look out for. Because I started investing, actually, when I started investing with $10.
$10?
Yes, and I describe investing as building a muscle. So when you go to the gym, you have to, the first time you ever go to the gym, I remember the first time I went to the gym, I didn't know how to use the treadmill, I almost fell off. So you have to, it's not just going to, you can't go to the gym and the first day you expect to have abs, which anytime I go back to the gym, I always expect that I check to see if I now have abs. But we all know logically that that's never going to happen, right? You know, you have to go consistently. And the more you go, not only are you burning fat or whatever, but you're also learning how to be in the gym. You're learning how to use the different equipment. You're learning how different things work. You're learning your body as well. And investing is very similar, where you can actually start with whatever you have. And the point is just to remain in the game. As you start to invest, you can learn about, while investing, you can learn and see how your money grows or how your money performs. So, and if you don't start investing with the little you have, if you don't start putting aside money, you actually won't do it when you have a lot. Like I described, when I was £17,000, I did nothing with the money. When it became £43, 43k pounds, I still did nothing. 47, 51, I still did nothing. But once you actually start, just having that mindset that every month I need to put aside a certain money, no matter how small, right, to ensure that my money is working for me. I think that's very important.
When you are starting to invest in your investment journey, you probably would have made mistakes, right? So what are some of the mistakes you've made that you would say, I did this, I'm not going to do this anymore?
I think it's following the hype. There's a lot of hype with investing. Like a lot of people say, oh, this is the stock that's going to do. The market is going to do. Like there's so much noise. I guess that's the word. There's so much noise about investing. And when I started, before I got to know about like the S&P 500 and things like that, I invested in a couple of very foolish things. In fact, I got a message from the platform I used some days ago that one of the stocks, the companies I invested in, is being shut down, so I need to liquidate. Like it was just, like I just invested in a bunch of, I was part of this group where people would say, oh, they're investing in this, it has done X amount, it has done this. And so back then, all of this contributed to why I started well from scratch. I've made so many foolish mistakes. So many foolish mistakes. I invested in a number of those, and that's why I'm not against individual stock, because the thing with the thing is, but they are more risky. And like I said, risk and return are two sides of a coin. So when something is more risky, the chances of return is higher. But what people won't tell you online is they'll come and tell you, oh, I've just invested in this company, this single company, and I've done X amount in returns. They won't tell you all the other companies that they've invested in that have also gone down. Like those companies I invested in, then there's one I've gotten over 300% in interest.
Really?
Yes. Again, you said really, I can always come online and say, oh, I invested in this company last year and I've collected the money I invested in that company. I've gotten it out and I still have double that within the company. So what is in there now is just the interest. The original principal, I have taken it out. But at the same time, around the time I invested in that company, I invested in a bunch of others that are in red. Right. So like that's why I like ETFs. So they're called exchange traded fund. That's what I was describing as the basket earlier, because the risk is way less.